This week's episode of the Android Apps Weekly Show is brought to you by Paraline. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joe Handy, the Android Authority App Guy, and welcome back to Android Apps Weekly. This is episode number 128, so let's get started. Facebook Messenger is primed to get a huge material design update in the near future. However, that's not all that it's getting. Testers of the application are reporting that Facebook is also working on multi-account support as well as SMS and MMS integration, which is actually kind of funny considering Hangouts just abandoned that feature a few weeks ago. Twitter is now trying out a new Facebook-style algorithm that will show you relevant tweets instead of a chronological order. So far, the reaction has been polarizing because some people enjoy it while others really don't. However, if you end up with it, you can easily disable it in the settings menu, so at least it can be turned off. Telltale Games announced this week that they're going to be releasing a new episodic adventure based around Michonne's character from The Walking Dead. If it's anything like their prior games based around the series, then this one is going to be flippin' awesome. The release date is currently February 25th. ASICS, the well-known sportswear company, has announced that they're going to buy Runkeeper. This follows in the footsteps of other sportswear companies such as Under Armour acquiring Endomondo and Adidas buying Runtastic. We don't know how much they paid for the application or what's going to happen to the app yet. It was rumored this week that Opera, makers of the famous browser, could be bought by Chinese investors for $1.2 billion. This comes on the heels of another announcement from Opera about an exclusive premium apps club where subscription members can download all of the applications they want for a single price each month. The service is kind of awesome, and we'll let you know more when we find out. For even more Android apps and games news, don't forget to check out this week's newsletter, which is linked in the video description below. There we have well over 24 stories that we didn't get to do here today. If you'd like, you can sign up for the Android Apps Weekly newsletter using the form that is in the written companion, which is also in the video description below, and we'll send it directly to you every single Sunday. Okay folks, let's take a look at the apps and games that made a big splash this week. As usual, if you want to check any of these apps or games out, you can find those links in the video description below. GTA Liberty City Stories is the latest Grand Theft Auto game to hit the Google Play Store, and this one is one of the first that was designed specifically for mobile. It plays more or less like your usual GTA title, except for this one has shorter, more streamlined missions along with improved mobile controls from prior games in the series to create a better mobile experience overall. It's suffering from some release day bugs right now, but those will be fixed eventually. It's $3.99, which is currently 40% off. Chromer is a fun little application that lets you use Chrome custom tabs on applications even if the developer doesn't support it. It's not necessarily a new application, but it received a huge update this last week that added webheads, which opens links in bubbles similar to Flinks and Link Bubble. The new feature works really well and seems to blend in well with the existing functionality. The application is free to download and it's worth a shot if you're looking for another bubble web browser. Altos Adventure is a new 2D infinite runner with a simple premise. You are to ski down a mountainside, collect llamas and coins, and perform awesome tricks. Of course, there are also obstacles that you'll need to avoid. It's a simple game and most of your controls involve either tapping and holding to get the desired results. It looks good and it plays well, which makes it worth checking out. It's free with in-app purchases, just like most infinite runners. MyShake is a fun little application developed at the University of Berkeley, and it was built to detect earthquakes. It's true that normal people will get next to no usage from an application like this, but if you live in an area that is prone to earthquakes, it could be a good idea to have something like this around. It measures shakes, includes safety tips for surviving an earthquake, and it keeps a log to see how many there have been. It's entirely free, and it's really cool that Android has an app like this. Square Enix continues their torrid pace of re-releasing classic Final Fantasy games with the release of Final Fantasy IX. This game takes you on the journey of Zidane and Garnet as they stop the evil queen who is doing all kinds of terrible things. It features a 30+ hour experience with a long story, plenty of side quests, and some of the most lovable characters from the Final Fantasy franchise. It has some release day issues, but otherwise it seems to work pretty well. It has a steep price tag at $16.99, but at least there are no in-app purchases. This week's Android Apps Weekly show is brought to you by Paraline. Paraline is a social media style application that keeps things really simple. You can post various things, assign them a mood, and then send them into the ether for others to read. Others will in turn send stuff out that you can read. You can show interest or even message back if you want to make a new friend. The application has a simple and colorful design that is both easy to use and pleasing to look at. It's a great way to get some stuff off of your mind or just write down whatever comes to you. The application application will also try to pair what you say and your mood with similar thoughts and moods if the application can find them. For now, it's completely free with no in-app purchases, so check it out and show your support for the Android Apps Weekly show. Once again, I'm Joe Hindy, the Android Authority app guy. While you're here, why not subscribe to the Android Authority YouTube channel? If you're hanging out for a minute, we have a couple of awesome videos for you to watch right over there, and they're also linked in the video description below for you folks on mobile. Finally, don't forget to check out the written companion, which is in the video description below, and don't forget to sign up for that newsletter. As always, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a wonderful day.